Namaskar, everyone.
Namaskar, ma'am.
Namaskar, beta. How are you doing?
I'm good, ma'am. What about you?
Good, doing well. So we have got the remaining portion of the grammar test left.
Ma'am,
Yes, beta Siddhi.
am I visible?
No, you are not.
Ma'am, can I rejoin?
Yep.
Ma'am, am I visible now?
Yes, Siddhi, you are visible. Let me check with SVM if they are joining. Okay. Rest of you just understand that coming fourth session, we will be working on our public speaking, reading skills, and other part of basically comprehension skills of any newspaper reading or any novel. So we had started with Alchemist already. I hope you remember that. So we will, in our first half today, we will again take up Alchemist, and then we will start with the grammar part, which was the remaining ones. Okay. And right now we can start with mantra chanting. Let SVM join gradually. So can I have you people on video?
Namaskar, ma'am.
Namaskar, Rudyanshi. Siddhi, Rhythm, Mishika, Vansh, Rudyanshi. Can you please switch on your videos for mantra chanting? Now, everybody, you can close your eyes and sit straight. Take a deep breath in and release. Once again, take a deep breath in and release. One more time, take a deep breath in and release. Now we will chant Om Dev Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shantirape Shantiroshadayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shanti Vishve Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Shanti Sama Shanti Redhi.
Ma'am is not in the meeting. Yes, ma'am.
And as and when you feel comfortable, you can open your eyes. Right, we still haven't got SVM Dehradun in here. Can anybody please check with SVM students why they have not come up? At Planet School, please check. I have dropped a message already. Right, so we will first begin with our Okay, so continuing from where we left, in Alchemist, we had learned this boy and who's a shepherd. He had met a girl who is the daughter of a merchant. And in their interaction, the daughter asked the shepherd how come he learned to read while he is just a shepherd and how he carried so many books.
Ma'am, we have to start from the day was dawning.
Wait, I think. Yeah, here. Yeah, right. So he was little excited. Although after rearing of sheep, people come next year. But he was there in the same town after 4 days only, and he just wanted to know if the same girl that he met 4 days ago would meet him or not, or if she would have got married with somebody else. So he was kind of insecure. So Rhythm, you can start reading.
He would, ma'am, from and now,
Yes.
and now, it was only 4 days before he would be back in that same village. He was excited and at the same time uneasy. Maybe the girl had already forgotten him. Lots of shepherds passed through, selling their wool. It doesn't matter, he said to his sheep. I know other girls in other places, but in his heart he knew that it did matter. And he knew that shepherds, like seamen and like traveling salesmen, always found a town where there was someone who could make them forget the joys of carefree wandering. The day was dawning, and the shepherd urged his sheep in the direction of the sun. They
Urge
never
means to push. Urging here means to push. The day was dawning, and the shepherd urged the sheep to move in one direction.
they never have to make any decisions, he thought. Maybe that's why they always stay close to me. The only things that concerned the sheep were food and water. As long as the boy knew how to find the best pastures in Andalusia, they would be his friends. Yes, their days were all the same, with the seemingly endless hours between sunrise and dusk, and they had never read a book in their young lives, told them about the sights of the cities. They were content with just food and water, and in exchange they generously give of their wool, their company, and once in a while their meat.
Right? I think we have read this one also when I was explaining the nature of the sheep, why sheep are compatible with him more than a girl, because sheep do not demand anything in return, rather give generously in terms of wool and meat also. Rhythm continue.
If I became a monster today and decided to kill them one by one, they would become aware only after most of the flock had been slaughtered, thought the boy. They trust me, and they have forgotten how to rely on their own instincts.
Rely.
Rely on their own instincts because I lead them to nourishment. The boy was
Wait, Rhythm. So by this, he wanted to say that the sheep are so much in his favor, or the sheep rely or depend on him so much that the sheep have forgotten to feel their own feelings. That generally, animals have got this instinct. If they notice any slightest of movement in the jungle, they would just run from that place. But now that this shepherd is running time, so now they are dependent on the shepherd. That if only shepherd say, then we will move. Otherwise, if there is any danger, still we would not move. Right? So they trust the shepherd too much. Now, Ridyanshi.
Yes, ma'am. The boy was surprised at his thoughts. Maybe the church, with the sycamore growing from within, had been haunted. It had caused him to have the same dream for a second time, and it was causing him to feel anger towards his faithful companions. He drank a bit from the wine that reminded from his dinner of that night before, and he gathered his jacket closer to his body. He knew that a few hours from now, with the sun at his zenith, the heat would be so great that he would not be able to lead his flock across the fields.
Okay,
It,
wait, Ridyanshi. So here he is talking about the resting time now. He has assembled his sheep, and now they are back in the church where the sycamore, this is a tree basically, the sycamore is growing from within and had been haunted. It appears that it must be a haunted tree because he got the same dream as he dreamt on the very first night, and it led to an anger inside him towards the sheep. The faithful companions are the sheep. So he just drank wine from last night's dinner just to gather himself again, and took his jacket closer to his body. And he also knew that few hours from now the sun will be at its top. Top means zenith means top. At its zenith means at its top, and the heat would be too much that he would not be able to take the sheep across the field. Vidyanshi, continue.
it was the time of the day when all of Spain slept during the summer. The heat lasted until nightfall, and all that time he had to carry his jacket. When he thought to complain about the burden of its weight, He remembered that because he had the jacket, he had withstood the cold of the dawn.
Right. So he had to carry the jacket compulsorily because jackets protect him in the morning from the cold. And of course, heat also somehow he's protecting himself from the rays of the sun. And it is also described that he is living in Spain and where the daytime stays little longer until it's nearly the night time. Till that time, heat remains in the environment. Okay. Yash, you can read from this.
We have to be prepared for chance. Change. He thought, and he was grateful for the jacket's weight and warmth. The jacket had a purpose, and so did the boy. His purpose in life was to travel. And after 2 years of walking the
Andalusian
Andalusian
terrain.
train, he knew all the cities of the region and he was planning on the visit to explain to the girl how it was that simple shepherd knew how to read, that he had attended a seminary
That he had attended a
seminary until he was 16. His parents had wanted him to become a
priest,
priest and
thereby
thereby a source of pride for a simple
farm family. Right. So now till this point, he is telling us about importance of jacket. Okay. And he also is talking about his purpose in his life that he wants to travel. And now he's so much expert at it after traveling for 2 years that he knows every city, all the cities of the region. And again, he's planning to visit the same girl and want to tell her that he had attended a lot of seminars until he was 16 years old and his parents wanted him to be a priest and a source of pride for the farm family. They
worked hard just to have food, water, like the sheep he had studied Latin, Spain, and technology.
Bache, read properly. He had studied Latin, Spanish,
theology. But ever since he had been a child, he had wanted to know the world, and this was much more important to him than knowing God and learning about man's sins.
Right. So now, here also, see, parents have an expectations that my child will become a priest one day. We are from a farming family, and we have expectations that he would make our names also proud. But he suddenly started feeling that as a child, I want to know the world first, how the people behave. I want to observe the world first, which is of prime importance for him and which can only happen through traveling rather than just knowing directly what is God and what is sin of a man. So he is not interested in being a priest. He just wanted to be a traveler, wanted to travel, meet people, interact with them, and observe them. And now I would request SVM Dehradun to switch on their videos and one of you can read. The moment you enter, I think you should start your video, right? I have told you this thing for, I've been telling you this thing for a few days now, haven't I? Who is going to read it now?
I can.
Athar. Okay, Athar.
I'm from where you have to read.
From here.
One afternoon, on a visit to his family, he had
Someone.
someone up the courage to tell his father that he would not want to become a priest, that he wanted to travel.
Right. Summoned up means calling up. Okay. So you call up the courage, you gather the courage, you collect the courage to tell your father, his father, that he did not want to be a priest, he just wanted to travel. This is a similar situation like happens in everyday life of a person who has a different choice than his parents. Same situation happened in movie Three Idiots. We remember this person, Farhan, who wanted to be an animal photographer, wildlife photographer. And
Yes, ma'am.
he his dad that he did not wanted to be an engineer but rather a wildlife photographer. Same is the situation with this shepherd also. Athar, continue.
People from all over the world have passed through his village. Son, said his father. They come in search of new things, but then they leave. They are basically the same people they were when they arrived. They climb the mountain to see the castle and they wind up,
Wind
thinking,
up thinking.
yes, ma'am,
They wind up.
wind up thinking that the past was better than what we have now. They have blonde hairs or dark skin, but basically they are the same as the people who live right here.
Father is trying to convince him that whosoever comes like a tourist or a traveler, they basically do not earn anything in their life. They as they come to visit any place, in the same way they go back also. There is not much change in their personality. Instead, their skin turned darker. Okay, their hair turned blonde. Okay, out of heat, and they are the same people who live right here. There is no difference. Nobody will give them status. They're just like you and me. Ganika, Ganika, are you there?
May I? Ma'am, may I?
Okay, wait, let me see who all are there. Mishika,
Yes, ma'am. But I but I would like to see the castles in the towns where they live, the boy explained. Those people, when they see our land, say that they would like to live here forever. His father continued. Well, I would like to see their land and see how they live, said his son. The people who come here have a lot of money to spend so that they can afford to travel, his father said. Amongst us, the only ones who travel are the shepherds. Well, then I will be a shepherd. His father said no more. The next day, he gave his son a pouch that held three ancient Spanish gold coins. I found these one day in the fields. I wanted them to be a part of the inheritance, but use them to buy your flock. Take to the fields, and someday you will learn that our countryside is the best, and our women the most beautiful.
right. So his father is again trying to convince him that people, whichever town you are living in currently, it is the most favored town, and people come here and want to stay in our town because it is famous. But the son argued, he said that I also want to see their town, okay, how their country looks.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Uh, yes, wait, Ganika. So how their country look like. And his father said that you just remember, I'm giving you this money. Take or buy sheep out of this money. And remember my word that our town or our countryside is the best and our women the most beautiful. So you will never find people like us anywhere in this world. Ganika,
Yes, ma'am. And he gave the boy his blessings. The boy could see in his father's gaze a desire to be able himself to travel the world, a desire that was still alive, despite his father's having had to bury it over dozens of years under the burden of struggling for water to drink, food to eat, and the same place to sleep every night of his life.
so son could only see his own reflection in the father's eyes. He felt suddenly that his father also wanted to travel, but because there were a lot of responsibilities on his father, he could not achieve his passion of traveling. But now he would change everything as a shepherd. He would travel, and maybe he is able to fulfill dream of his father also. Now, Vansh,
Okay. The horizon was tinged with red
and suddenly the sun appeared. The boy thought back so that conversation with his father and felt happy. He had already seen many castles and met many women, but none the equal of the one who awaited him several days hence. He owned a jacket, a book that he could trade for another, and a flock of sheep. But most important, he was able every day to live out of his dream. If he were if he were to tire of the Andalusian fields, he could sell his sheep and go to sea. By the time he had enough of the sea, he would already have known other cities, other women, and other chances to be happy. I could not found good in the seminary, he told, as he looked at can you please roll up? It is not visible. No, ma'am looked, ma'am after looked
At the sun,
looked at the sunrise
looked at the sunrise.
whenever he could.
Right. So now, wait, Verivansh. The shepherd is now trying to prove his point that how much peaceful and satisfactory does he feel when he takes his sheep every day to a different place. And even if a second thought comes to him that he's tired out of traveling, he can sell his sheep and go to sea. But then, as now he has much of the sea also, and he has seen cities also, women also. But when he looked at the sunrise, or he achieved the satisfaction of happiness to him.
Ma'am, your voice is cracking a lot.
Who is it? Siddhi, can you read it for me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Siddhi, you can start reading.
May I start?
Yes.
Whenever he sought out a new road to travel. He had never been to that ruined church before.
George.
Church before, ma'am. Okay. Church before inside the heaven. Traveled through those paths many times. The world was huge and inexhaustible. He had only to allow his sheep to set the route for a while, and he could discover other interesting things. The problem is that they don't even realize that they're walking a new road every day. They don't see that the fields are new and seasons change. All they think about is food and water.
So he's just referring to the normal difference between an animal and a human. Animals like sheep would never discover if they are walking on a new path or a new area. They are just worried about their food and water. But it is only the shepherd who's realizing they are traveling through different terrains. Okay, next, Avni. Avni. Okay, let's give chance to Ganika again. Ganika.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Maybe we are all that way. The boy must. Even me. I haven't thought of other women since I met the merchant's daughter. Looking at the sun, he calculated that he would reach Tarifa before midday. There, he could exchange his book for a thicker one, fill his wine bottle, shave, and have a haircut. He had to prepare himself for his meeting with the girl, and he didn't want to think about the possibility that some other shepherds with a large flock of sheep had arrived there before him and asked for her hand. It's the
Actually,
You know,
possibility.
futuristic plans of meeting the girl of his life. Okay. Complete till this point, Siddhi, and then we will wind up.
Okay,
Siddhi.
ma'am. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. He thought as he looked again at position of sun and hurried his pace. He had suddenly remembered that in Tariff there was a old woman who interpreted dreams.
Right. So why he was looking for this old woman? Reason he had the repeated dreams. So he just wanted to know what could be the reason of the same dream twice. So he wanted to reach out to this old woman who can interpret the dreams. So this was about part one of Alchemist. We will continue reading it tomorrow. And now we will move back to the remaining part of our questions. I think we did this. We've done this.
Yes, ma'am.
I think we are on question number
Ma'am,
10.
this was left to be, I think, so discussed.
Sorry, beta.
Ma'am, this question was left to be discussed, like ninth question.
Question number 10, we are starting right now. Ninth is left.
Ma'am, ninth is left to be discussed.
Which, this one only, na?
Ma'am, this is tenth before question.
we have done into ninth
This one?
as well as well.
We discussed this thing yesterday.
Yes, ma'am, we discussed it.
Yeah. So what are you saying?
Okay.
Question number 10, please. And 11 also. Dash mother is waiting in the lobby. Have we done this? Did we do this yesterday?
Ma'am, we have done this. I think so. This one was left to be discussed, like 10th and 11th.
Correct. So, Siddhi, you can tell me the answer.
Whose? WHOSE. First
Wonderful.
part.
Mother is waiting in the lobby. Second one, rhythm. Rhythm.
Second one, whom?
Correct. Vansh,
In this,
does this ring a bell? Correct. SVM Dehradun, dash of the two deserts did you choose? Answer is which is always for the yes, which. Now attempt 11, 12, and 13 on your own. Done?
Yes,
Please show
sir.
the
Okay, identify the part of speech for each underlined word. I saw. So here I is a
Pronoun.
Ridyanshi
Pronoun.
and saw
Verb. Ma'am, it is second part.
is Okay, so the second answer is correct, pronoun and verb. Question number 12 and 13. Write suitable phrasal verb for the following. Mark is a very good communicator. He dash his message dash very easily.
Ma'am, in both the blanks, phrasal verbs will come.
Yes, one phrasal verb will be divided into both the blanks.
Ma'am, done.
Okay. Mishika, can you tell the answer?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think it is second one, get and across.
Yes. So get his message across. What does it mean when you get across a message?
Ma'am, like he read a message to someone.
No. When you get across something, you understand it properly. When you set off for something, you start a journey. When you pay back something, you of course give it back, return it. So set off means to start a journey. Get across means to understand something. Next one.
May I for a second?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I think beaten up.
Correct. Beaten up. Jeffrey was badly beaten up in the park yesterday. Excellent one. Next, rhythm.
Ma'am, third one, set off.
Set off is to start a journey. Correct. Ridyanshi.
Yes, ma'am.
Alan's decision to quit his job was not an easy one, but his wife dashed him 100%.
Was beside him.
Third one, yes.
Yes. Beside.
Correct. SVM Dehradun, question number 12. And everybody has to write this one as a long answer text, and you will be reading it out to me. When you were a child, what was your favorite holiday or festival and why? What did you enjoy? Second one, what are the restaurants like in your country? Can you describe the atmosphere? So I give you all 5 minutes to write the answers for both the questions, and then I can ask anybody to share the viewpoints. Please do that. 5 minutes from now is 4:48.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Rhythm?
Ma'am, in the first one, we have to tell an incident about our holiday or winter vacation or summer vacation.
Better favorite holiday can be summer, winter, or it can be any particular day or favorite festival. You can choose any of them. Is SVM Dehradun working on it? SVM students? Yes, ma'am. Can I have you on video?
Ma'am, am I audible now?
Abni, you are audible now.
Okay.
I'm like, what we have to do in the question number 13th?
So you have to tell, how are the restaurants in your country in terms of their atmosphere, in terms of their looks, the food they offer, gatherings they have, taste.
Ma'am, can we tell about any specific
No, but
restaurant
Rhythm
also?
13. Yes, Rhythm.
After telling what you have said, we can also name any particular restaurant.
No, you can two or three together, or you can mention one also if it's your favorite. Two minutes left.
I'm done.
One should. I don't want a one liner, at least two to three lines. I think.
Ma'am, I am ready with my whole answer. Now start.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Siddhi.
Ma'am, I am ready with my answer. Now start.
Siddhi, you were saying something for question.
Ma'am, you are audible properly. Your voice is cracking. Can you
I'm
repeat?
saying you start
Okay,
speaking.
ma'am. Favorite festival is Holi. Not only Holi, there are many festivals that I like.
Louder, Siddhi.
Okay, ma'am. There are many festivals I celebrate and I like, but my most favorite festival in one of them is Holi. I like Holi because it is the festival of colors, and colors are one of my favorite part of my life. I love to do art and craft, and it is the main part of it. So, Holi is also known as the festival of colors. So, main reason I like Holi or I enjoy Holi is because it is the festival of colors. I enjoy many things in it, like playing with gulal, colors, water, and etc. Eating sweets on it and playing it with our siblings. I enjoy Holi very much, and I know many of us have the Holi as
Siddhi
our favorite.
was not audible, like very less voices.
What are you speaking?
I am saying that your voice is not audible.
Okay, let me rejoin them.
Meanwhile, Rhythm, you can speak.
Ma'am, for this festival, my favorite festival is Holi. It is my favorite it is my favorite festival because it is a festival of colors, and only on this festival, we all friends get together and have a party with our families as well. The part which I like the most is that We have a great food with a great food and enjoy together.
Okay, well
Ma'am, am
tried.
I audible now?
SVM Dehradun, same question. Yes. SVM Dehradun, second question now.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh, ma'am, my favorite festival is Diwali because we fire.
Which one video?
Okay,
Please start.
ma'am. My favorite festival is Diwali because we firecrackers and we eat different types of sweets.
That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's just a one-liner. Right. Anybody else who has written on this from SVM? Who else has written on this topic? Ridyanshi, carry on.
Yes, ma'am. When I was a child, I used to, and I still wait awaitingly for the most prominent festival, that is Diwali. As this festival is known for prosperity and abundance, it does bring abundance of sweets and delicious dishes to me. I basically enjoy the colossal variety of mouth-watering sweets.
Good. You used colossal variety. Nice. Danika, after this you will speak. Danika?
My favorite festival is Diwali, as it is a festival of lights, and everything we do is just fun. And the holidays we get is really interesting.
Okay. We get anything we what did you say? On this day we get anything we Danika, complete your sentence. I think you were grammatically a little bit unsound there. Okay, Mishika,
Ma'am, for the first or the second question?
you can speak both.
Okay, ma'am. Holi, a festival of colors, used to be the most favorite festival of mine. The colorful and the vibrant colors, water balloons, water gun, and of course, sweets, this used to lighten up my day. The atmosphere that day is just so good and vibrant. And for the second question, India, a country famous for its food, has lots of restaurants all around the world. And coming to the atmosphere, they are just so vibrant and aesthetic too. The vibe in them, along with the delicious finger-licking food, just go so well together.
Okay. Makes sense. Good.
Ma'am, may I answer the second?
Let Yash speak. Speak both of them, Yash. Okay, speak up.
My favorite holiday is holiday of summer. In this holiday, we get lots of holidays of 1 month. We enjoy them most and do such activities like swimming in swimming pool and etc. We travel a lot of places like Red Fort and Taj Mahal and etc.
Okay, etc. For just one example. Okay. Yes, Ridyanshi, for the second one.
Yes, ma'am. India, as we all know, is
Ridyanshi.
a. Ma'am, am I audible? Okay, ma'am. India, as we all know, is a country with abundance of cultures, traditions, etc. Hence, here are restaurants serving every ethnic food of every ethnic region. They are both economic and epicurious restaurants. It completely depends upon the kind of restaurant. If it's luxurious, rich people will be there. atmosphere will also be peaceful. And if it's kind of economic, many we see the people poor or not poor but middle class ones will be there, and there would be a little bit of chaos of the cooking of the food. So it would be, almost to the peaceful.
Okay. And we talk about the
Mama sent it to the chat box.
word Epicurean. He is the expert of food. Okay. It
Ma'am,
is
your voice is
definitely
cracking.
good. SVM the to come home. Yes, Mishika.
Mom, I was saying that your voice is cracking.
SVM answer. No one. Yes.
Carpet are distance. So good looking fruit. Are big, small, expensive, etc. They